welcome back to Beauty Abroad International. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the most recommended types of pajamas and or clothing that we recommend for patients who are going to be having either a mommy makeover, any kind of breast surgery such as a breast lift, a breast reduction, or a breast augmentation, and or an arm lift. So stay tuned. So if you're preparing for any of the surgeries that I just mentioned, you will have some mobility restrictions afterwards. And so it's important to keep that in mind when you're shopping for pajamas and or clothing or packing for the clothing that you're going to be wearing after your surgery. The first and main mobility restriction that you're going to have following these surgeries is to not raise your arm above shoulder level. So this is about as high up as we want your arms to go. We don't want you to raise your arms above your head like this. And the two main reasons for that is, number one, if you've had any kind of incision under your arm or on your breast, raising your arm above your shoulder will actually cause tension and strain on the incisions, and although the incisions will not pop open, it will create a keloid and or a thicker scar, which is not ideal. The second reason for this restriction is because if you've had a breast augmentation, they create a pocket for the implant to sit in. And so if you raise your arm above your head, you have the potential of widening and expanding that pocket. And then when your breasts finally heal and the implants fall into place, they can actually heal unevenly and your breast can look kind of wonky. So keep in mind, with any of these surgeries, you will most likely be wearing some kind of compression garment and or faja that can tend to be kind of constrictive and a little bit hot at times. So our number one recommendation when you're looking for pajamas and or clothing to wear after your surgery is that you try to stick to cotton fabrics or cotton blend fabrics that have stretch to them, because those are going to make you the most comfortable to wear over top your compression garments. For the first several days and or week after your surgery, you will most likely have a lot of drainage coming out of your incision sites and or drains if you have any. And so it's important when you're choosing your clothing and pajamas that you choose colors that are going to be a little bit more discreet and aren't going to stain as easily should your drainage seep through into your pajamas and or clothes. So our number two recommendation is that you choose darker colors such as maroon, dark gray, and or black, so that it could be a little bit easier to wash and not so obvious that they're staining. And finally, our last recommendation when choosing your pajamas and or clothing, and probably the most important, saving the best for last, is that your pajamas and or clothing are either zippered and or have buttons down the front, because again, we don't want you to raise your arms above your head, and so we want things that are going to be really easy to put on and off and easy to zip up and down, where you can put your hands in this way like that dance move and not have to put your arms up over your head in order to put like a t-shirt on or anything like that. So if you had to choose between the two, definitely go for the zipper, but if all you have or can find are button down, then that's perfectly fine as well. Now I will say there is an exception to this, and it is these specific pajamas that we recommend sometimes. They're really cute, they can double as a dress, and the reason why they're still appropriate is because they have a really wide neckline, and so you can actually get into it this way as opposed to having to raise your hands or your arms, excuse me, to put them on that way. So just to overview, the top three things that you want to look for when you're buying pajamas and or clothing for after those specific surgeries is you want something in a cotton or a cotton blend, preferably stretch. Number two, look for darker colors such as maroon, gray, or black to prevent staining or obvious staining. And number three, make sure they have zippers and or buttons so that they're easy to take on and off. So hopefully that information helped and is useful for you. Thank you again for watching this video. We will be making many more videos to come, so stay tuned. Like we say at Beauty Abroad International, it's your beauty magnified. Take care.